So, you become an actor, and I would think the dream would be to sort of immerse yourself in a fantastical world. How did that feel?
Oh my God. It was just, apart from being so much fun, which it obviously was, it was just amazing. It was a dream. I mean, it's not every day that you get to go over to the other side of the world and put on elf ears and charge around a pine forest every day. I mean, it was just a gift.
It seems to me like that's the kind of thing that you play as a kid, and then you realize one day, hey, this is my job.
Yeah, you're like 1 second you're like running around your garden like with pants on your head, like with a sword, or like, which is like obviously a twig, and then the next minute you're there like in front of a full crew, and they're all there waiting for you to say your lines.
So how did this dream come about for you? How did it start? Where did you get the first call?
Well, I was filming another film that summer before I got the script for this. And we'd had like a really grueling, so I taped for it initially. And so I did my little self-tape and I sent it off to the producers and the directors, and they must have liked it somehow, and then asked me to come back and screen test for it. But I was doing this other film, so my agent was like, you won't be able to, you can't get the slot out, like you're not allowed to leave. We were filming on this island in England, right. And they were like, you're not allowed to leave the island. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess not, then we'll just have to let this one go. And then and I'm like, not that I said that like that was a really easy thing, that was not an easy thing. I was like crying, and they basically managed to switch around the schedule, and so I managed to get off the island, and then I went down to screen test and was absolutely exhausted and like covered in mud and like a bit of a mess, and went in and screen tested for it in London, and then was lucky enough to get it, and then before I knew it I was on the plane to New Zealand, and that was it.
They're like, brilliant, I'm glad you're covered in mud. Yeah, you've got the part.
It worked perfectly. Yeah.
Awesome.
No mud, I probably wouldn't have got the job.
So tell anybody who's not sort of familiar with this, who is your character and what is this quest?
Okay, well, my name is my character's name is Ambelia Lissadil, and she's the Princess of Arbelon. So she basically decides at the beginning of the series to take on this challenge of completing the Gauntlet, which is this race that normally the boys in the elven world take part in, to try and become one of the chosen who look after the tree in the sanctuary. And so she decides to take on this challenge, and she doesn't just want it to be a boy thing, and so she gives it a go, and she puts on her trousers and her trainers and stuff, and then she does it, and she achieves it, and she gets accepted as one of the chosen, and then from then on her life changes. Like, it's just, she touches the tree and she sees visions, and like these awful visions of the future, and then she realizes from that she has to try and save the world that they live in, which is Arbelon. And so
no big whoop.
I know, yeah, just saving the world, like, please, come on. So yeah, it's amazing for an actor to get the chance to play someone who has to take on such an overwhelming responsibility. Sure. I mean, on such young shoulders as well. I mean, she's still young, and she's lived in the palace all her life, so she's pretty mollycoddled, really. And so then to have that realization that she has to take on this challenge, and then not only accept the fact that she has to take it on, but then actually follow through with it and do it and try and save the world is huge.
This is literally the first time in any interview I've ever done that somebody's used the word mollycoddled, so thank you for that.
I worry that I use it and people don't know what I mean.
Oh no, it's amazing.
You know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, everyone kind of gives me quite a glazed look when I say it, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe people don't have that word here, because there are so many of those that...
Yeah, I mean, we have it. Nobody uses it, though.
Yeah, okay.
So, how excited are you to sort of be a role model to young women?
Oh my God, I don't think there's anything better in the world. Like, just, yeah. It's a huge responsibility and a huge task, I suppose, to live up to that. And I've always said that when I started reading the script, when I read her and I understood her and I got to the end and I had read the whole thing, and I just went, oh my God, she's incredible. Because she's absolutely amazing. She's vulnerable, and she's strong, and she's like scared, and she's brave, and she's like just this beautifully complex character. And I was like, if I could be half as like her in my daily life as she is, I would be enormously proud. So I think we could all do with being a bit more like Amberly. basically.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and
Lovely
congratulations.
to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
Thank you.